Sing Kaizen. In the first session, we placed emphasis on rooting. You may have noticed in the practical session that we also looked at other aspects of the body and voice. This is the way the program's going to work. Each section has its primary focus, but still gives us an overview and sets up the body and the voice at large. Now that we've looked at the root, we move up the body to the abdominal area, starting at the sacrum. So to start with, rest your hands about 1.5 inches below the navel and notice the movement that comes with the breath. The oft-mentioned phrase navel to spine really comes into play here, as this is the natural motion of the body. We just enhance it, or you could say make it more sporty for singing. This is a hugely important point to be aware of, as it takes us to a place where we can most palpably feel a connection with the breath. It's a point that we can really merge with in order to support the voice. It's also important for me to remind you here that this is not your diaphragm, which sits a little higher. Rather, it's the area that moves due to the action of the diaphragm. It's vital that we understand not only how to engage the muscles, but also how to release. If we hold large-scale tension in the stomach, the diaphragm is less free to move, which can result in high clavicular breathing, which is neither good for the voice nor the stress levels. The trick is to remember that the voice and the breath are like two people tango dancing. One is the air, and the other is the sound. In order to truly dance, they need to lean into one another, never straying from their symbiotic relationship. If the couple push or grip, their synchrony is lost. Only when they move into harmony with one another can they move as one. And so it is with the voice and the breath. Sing Kaizen. Welcome to Lesson 2, Svadhisthana, the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra. The first one was red, the root, and now we're going to move up to orange. Now, as you know, you don't have to think to yourself, this is a course on chakras. It's not. It's a way of using this tool, this facilitator, to release the body, release the voice, release the mind, so that we can be the best artists possible, which is really what we're looking for, isn't it? So yes, this area is the sacral area. So we talked about it a little bit in the first lesson, didn't we? We did a lot of work on this breathing and this releasing. And we're going to pursue that a little bit further in this lesson. So think about the idea again. We're going to use posture, we're going to use connection, because every time we should be doing that too, before we start singing. So we're going to do our scan. We're going to sink into our sandy beach. We're going to scan up the knees, up the thighs, into the sacrum, into this lovely hip area, the pelvic area, which again, we release. We think of our tall stool. We carry on up past today's focus point, and we just scan past the rib cage into the sternum, waking up that golden light right in the center of us, remembering that the chakras run up the spine. So it's right inside, it's not just on the front, we're not 2D, we're 3D. We carry on up to the shoulders, along down the arms, elbows, forearms, hands, relaxing and opening out. Back up the arms we go, and along the shoulders again, into the neck, into the throat, again, waking up that feeling of release, remembering the throat does very little when we sing. Inside, the vocal folds, yes, they're mobilizing, but even they are a little invisible. We just have to tell them, and they obey, and then we trust. Carrying on up, ears are over the shoulders, face is lovely and relaxed, remembering that a smile on the outside reflects into a smile on the inside, and that's what we need too. We need the brain to be calm. Carrying on up to the silver thread, pulling us taller. So we are connected and rooted, and we are tall. Very nice. So again, seeing where it's down in this lower area, the lower part of the body, we're going to think again about breath. So let's have a go to start with at we're going to do a Tai Chi breath. So what we're going to do is sink into the ground and then raise your hands up as you breathe in, sinking lower, and then lower them down as you get taller.